Thank you for choosing our Patio Heat channel. I'm Steve. We provide tips and information to extend the enjoyment of your patio project. Our videos give you a knowledgeable overview prior to investing in your outdoor heating equipment. Whether you are a professional or owner builder, we provide specific details for optimum heat coverage for your application. Post a comment or question, or for developed visual designs, send your request into designs@patioheat.com. We're here to work with you. For over 30 years, patio heating is the bedrock of our business, expressing what works best. Now let's get heating. Okay, so let's take a look at this residential application. You can see that we have a covered patio section, and there are fans, light fixtures up here, and also we have dining space here and bar dining space over here. Let's look at the overall dimensions. So overall dimensions that I have are 30 feet long, and I have this at 14 foot 2 inches deep. And then from this section over here where the residence sticks out a little bit, I have it at 11 foot 10. And then the center of the beams here, or the post beams here, I have at 13 feet from the edge of the wall. Also, we have a height of 8 foot 6 over here, and that goes to the top here to the finished floor. There's a lot of different positions that I have here. Now, I'm not exactly sure where the structure starts on the right side here, nor the left side here. But what I have, let's go ahead and look at the dimensions for the lights and fan area. So you can see here, I have the lights at 6 foot center to center at the middle point here, and then 8 foot center to center on the outer edges here, and then also 6 foot center to center from left to right in this direction. Now, I was told that the first fan was going to be about 7 foot 6 inches from the right side, and when I placed it there, it just didn't seem right, because this one here was also a dimension here. Let's go ahead and just get that real quick. So that's 12.6 there, and then this one here I now have at 8 foot 9. So again, not knowing the actual structure dimensions 100%, it's hard to really fine-tune the actual positions of each item in the patio. But if we worked from the center point here out to the left and right, it might be a better way of doing it. So again, like I had here, I have 6 foot center to center, and I started that from the middle point of the actual structure of the 30 foot long length here. Anyway, let's go ahead and look at what type of heaters might work. I'm gonna go ahead and turn off these dimensions and turn the top back on here. And yeah, let me also take off the dimensions I just put on here so they don't affect some of the viewpoints here. All right, let's turn this on back, and we're good to go here. All right, so there's two different applications that you might use in something like this, and one would be placing the units centered within that span. Now, another thing I should probably mention is the span that I'm using is from this wall here to the actual post, and using that as the center point. So just note that. And from here you can see that I have the heaters at a clearance of 18 inches from the edge of the heater to any combustible material. I'm assuming that these fan blades are a combustible material. And then also 18 inches from this edge here to that inside edge to the fan as well. You can see also that, you know, the light fixtures, not knowing exactly where this fan truly is, might be a problem with that. So again, it's something that you'd have to really determine, and I don't have the diameter of the fan itself, so it's just that you need 18 inches of clearance from any combustibles to the side of the heater, and I should say also all four sides, and 36 inches down below. So here is the 4,000 watt units. I also placed these models here, and the reason why I did that is because you can see that the height difference of a seating position places you closer or further away from the intensity of the heater itself. So if these were all 4,000 watt units, looking at the array now, you'll see that this would be a nice comfortable location for a 4,000 watt to sit underneath. But over here, this might be a little bit too intense. You're much closer to the unit. And let's say after a few minutes of sitting there, you feel the nice warmth of the heater. But after the few minutes, you might be feeling too hot sitting that close to the heater itself. So either a control system that allows you to dim the unit up and down, or maybe even a 3,000 watt unit over here would be more appropriate for it. And then also seeing that this position here, I'm assuming, is not as occupied as any of the other spaces, you may wish just to remove this one unit, but we're going to leave it on just for our example here. So let's go ahead and place that back on, and yeah, you may wish to place this as a 3,000 watt unit as well if this is standing room for the most part. So all right, let's go ahead and I want to go ahead and look at the footprint this way, and you can see that our coverage is fairly decent for this space being occupied. Infrared is light waves, just like the sun. If you were in the shade of a structure, let's say, and you're sitting out here in the shade from the sunlight, you're not going to feel the warmth of the sun. And the air temperature here versus the air temperature in the sunlight would be the same. And the same is true with infrared light waves. If you're in the light wave itself, you will feel the warmth, but if you're standing right out here, you're not going to feel the warmth of the infrared light wave. Infrared heats mass, it does not heat air. So tables, chairs, floors, human body, those are the things that you actually heat up with an infrared heater. So all right, that would be idea number one, possibly going with 2 of the 4,000s and possibly 2 of the 3,000s, or even just a control panel having this zone 1, these 2 units, and this zone 2, these 2 units. That way you can control the output of heat. You may wish to change the seating area down the road or something of that nature as well. So something else to consider. All right, let's go ahead and look at the second option, and that would be placing the units on the outer edge. I think this particular client had requested some information about placing them on the outer edge and receiving more heat. Let's go ahead and, well, first I'll talk about where I placed them. So I placed them 6 inches from the edge of the wall, used the OEM bracket, mounting it on the ceiling. If you mount it on the wall, this bracket only allows for a 45-degree drop, so that would be straight out 45 degrees down. And you'd also, so that would be that portion of it, and that's why I placed it on the ceiling itself. Now, not knowing where this beam right here truly is, that might be something where we need to move this heater a little bit further out from this combustible item. This also might be aluma wood, so maybe it's non-combustible, and that position would be fine 6 inches from here to here. But I have these at 30-degree tilt, so straight down, 30 degrees up. And let's go ahead and look at the footprint of heat. So the footprint of heat, you can see, comes down below, and there is some of that ray that now will go underneath the table, and absorb, give you absorb heat down below. So would this be a better application? Possibly. I like both types of applications. The other thing too, just to mention, is I place this centered within the table span itself, the ideal seating position. You can see that the heater, or the fan here, is off-centered from the heaters. So I'm trying to get this to heat up the entire seating position, but you can see over here, as well as over here, we're not heating it up 100%. So that's kind of why I like the other application a little bit better. But yes, the heat does come down below. But if you're blocking in any way, like, here's the heat coming down here, your head, your back is blocking those rays from coming further into your leg section here, you're not going to feel that warmth from the heater down below. So just to note that, yes, it does travel underneath the table a little bit better when it's mounted on the edges versus mounted on the top. But I think the footprint of heat for the entire space is just a little bit less, not covering the outer edges of the seating positions here. And again, over here, I just placed one unit here this time because of the fact that the door is over here, and I'm not sure if you really need to have this whole entire space heated. But again, a 3000 watt would be better for this height here. You're very close to the heater surface or a control system again. And if this is going to be changed as far as the seating type, then a 4000 watt, if you're sitting like on a sofa or something of that nature, then this would be 4000 watt would be a better application. And you can see that the ray comes out, and the ideal footprint, comes out to about this far, which is about 8 feet from the surface of the heater out this direction. And the footprint is roughly about 10 foot by 11 foot in this direction here. So the coverage is fairly decent here. And if we look on the top, we can see that the coverage looks fairly decent. And yeah, I just like the other just slightly better than this, is really my point, I guess. Also, let's go ahead and turn that one back on for a second. Knowing that the light fixtures might be close by. Again, if you were to remove this one unit and then move this roughly, let's just go with 2 feet for a moment here. The seating, the footprint of heat is fairly decent still, but we're not really covering this space here as well as I would like. So let's go ahead and take that and put it back. But you might want to just eliminate this unit here. So I think that's about it. And yeah, if you're looking for some assistance with your outdoor heating application and you would like us to review your plans, send your information into designs@patioheat.com. I'm Steve, and please tap that like button if you find this video useful. We don't advertise, we're not monetized. YouTube does not support our channel unless we receive a thumbs up from our viewers, and we truly appreciate you doing that. Thank you very much. Have an excellent day.